101.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.
Good morning, and today's that day. It's Tuesday. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Kaslama.
Are you feeling the way you look? Grey.
Is that a good thing? I don't know. I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good? You're feeling better than yesterday?
Feeling better than
because you were a bit...
But
The weather was here.
I really struggled at night. Oh, my God.
The weather was here and you were here.
I was here.
So where are you with the weather today?
I'm closer to the weather to go above it.
To go above it.
Yes.
That's what we want.
Yes.
It is those things that we aim for. Just confirming. I mean, Niko Salama. It's Tuesday. It's already the 26th of May.
And the nakedness is back. The eyes.
I told you, I promise. In this year of our Lord, I try that the things I say with my mouth, I will do them. That is my... Inaitwanga hizo vitu?
What? Your mantra?
Whatever.
For this year?
I don't know. Try to do the things that I say that I will do. I mean, it's not. You can say I keep my. Yeah. I try. If we're attempting, then that's good.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Cool.
Uko Salama, we've established.
Yes.
If he is fine, she has worn her glasses, so things are very serious this morning. To chezi na watu. 26th of May. Good morning, everybody. Karibuni sana. And we're getting into conversations for this morning. Very glad that you could all join us as we do. This is the Situation Room. And coming into Tuesday, the 26th of May, wherever it is that you're tuned in, around the country, the region, and the world, thank you for being here this morning. As we get into a number of things that we must discuss. Yes, we know that yesterday was the deadline, that submissions would have been given to the to Parliament in terms of your thoughts around the Finance Bill 2026. Now, whereas that would have been the last day perhaps that they're receiving submissions, there's still conversations that are going on and public organizations, community organizations are still seeing Parliament, seeing the committees of Parliament, letting them know what they feel, and these submissions, by the grace of a good God, are being taken into consideration. And that Parliament will then sit and have that conversation, and then we will know what will be passed or what will not.
Yesterday was an interesting day at that committee because we saw especially manufacturers speaking to the committee and some of the proposals they had and the effect of this finance bill passing as is would be to Kenyans would be catastrophic, especially to employers and what it would mean for them on their employees and also just rationalization so that business makes sense.
Indeed.
Yeah, and the common thing they all said was that charge, that extra cost will just go way back to the consumer. Yep.
Cannot be forgotten, and that's why it's important for us to discuss it. Let me tell you what we'll be talking about today as we get into things. It's almost 6:15. Budget 2026-2027 is a conversation that comes in at 8 o'clock, right? Dr. Stephen Gashie is an economist, and he's going to talk about the pressure points of the finance bill, and of course then feeding into the budget. So, I mean, there have been calls for us to say, okay, this is exactly what the finance bill says. This is exactly what it means. And so that's a conversation that we're going to have at 8. Whomst am I not to start in the middle of things? Starting us off with our conversation this morning at 7 o'clock is Cyprian Nyamwamu. He is the convener of Kenya, of KBT, and so that's Kenya Bora Tutakayo. He joins us at 7 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the state of the nation. There are certain things that we're going to discuss today as concerns. Guys, we can have all the politics, we can make noise, we can throw shade, we can sling mud, we can do all of that. But the truth of the matter is that the fundamental core things that we must be paying attention to. And so our conversation is going to circle around those things. So Cyprian joins us at 7 o'clock to start off our conversations today and say what it is that we, to discuss about what we should be looking towards, and that should not be shy about demanding certain things. And so that's the conversation that we have at 7. And at 9 o'clock, the tail end of our conversation is one that is probably, one that we've ignored or that we've not realized how difficult it is to have this conversation. But Kenya has a missing children problem. Some of these children have been missing forever. Some of these children are dead. Some of them have been defiled. Some of them abused. But they're missing. Where are they? And who's doing the due diligence to find them?
Yeah.
What are the circumstances under which these children then have been deemed missing? There's a missing children's network. There's a children's department under the Ministry of Social Services. CPA Karine Agengo is the PS State Department for Children's Services. Strengthening preventive systems, we're talking about the different areas under which children go missing or they turn up dead or they are killed. It's a big problem. The number is over 10,000 since January. Please understand.
Yeah.
Since January 2025 till May 2026, 10,000 children, Kenyan children, are missing.
Yeah.
I don't know that we need to be having a different conversation in terms of why is this happening, where are they going, what has happened to them, who's responsible for this. Does the state have a responsibility to then care for its children? What are the ties that families are putting in place to ensure that children are safe? So it's not just, this is not one of those conversations where we say, Serikali inafaa kufanya hapana. We all have a responsibility here, and what exactly is going on? Whereas there is a responsibility that the state has to protect Kenya's children, families, communities, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, grandparents, children, community leaders have a responsibility to take care of children. And I'm already starting to rumble over this, but it's a big deal, guys. And so we'll have that conversation at 9 o'clock with Karine Agengo. So that's our conversation that we'll have this morning. So that's what it looks like today. So karibuni sana. Our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. And good morning to our audience on KTN today. Thank you for being here with us today as we get into things. Let us go to Gambia.
Gambia. Banjo. Serekunda, largest city. Population 2.8 million people. 11,295 square kilometers is the size of the country, making it the smallest country in terms of mainland. But then again, you go to their staple is actually groundnuts. Njugu.
Wow.
Njugu makes.
It's true. They make a mean groundnut stew. Soup. Sauce.
Yeah. Also, 80% of the population in the country is actually in the agricultural sector. So it's an agriculture-led economy. And you want to go there, Njugu Karanga. In Kenya, many would want to call that loading your gun and bazookas. Take that whichever way you want to look at it. But that's what you get from the country. But let's go to the proverb. If a donkey kicks you and you kick back, you're both what? Donkeys.
It is true. It is very true. If somebody is in the mud, if a pig is in the mud and draws you into the mud and you sit there playing with the pig, you are a what?
A pig.
You can rise above the situation, folks.
Yeah.
You can make a decision that you're going to get into mudslinging, or you can decide to actually be the person, not the bigger person, the person. And rise above the situation and do what you can do to the best of your ability in whatever lane you're moving in. Or you can decide to sit in the mud and play. Or you can decide to get into a donkey fight and start kicking about instead of going where you're going. How's that for some guidance this morning?
Yes.
Stand guided.
Stand guided.
Yes.
Please stand guided.
You can be kicking about and looking like a donkey.
Yeah.
Or sit in the mud like a pig. Or you can actually get to know what you're doing.
True.
And keep it moving.
Yeah. So, life has choices. And every choice has a consequence. You just need to choose which choice you'll make and what kind of consequences you're willing to live with. Consequences could be amazing based off the choices you made. But on the other hand, you might decide to just be that donkey or that pig.
Yep.
It all depends on the choices you do what?
You make.
Very true.
Very true. I like that proverb.
Yeah.
I think it's also a source of admonition for us to say, guys, come on.
Yeah.
You can sit in the pit and be fighting with people back and forth, or you can just decide to keep it moving and get the thing done.
True.
Yep. All right. So let's say hello to you. Our live streams, like I said, are up, and we're just folks are coming in, tuning in on Facebook. Karibuni sana, and very good morning to you. Thank you for being here. So let's say a quick hello. Tell us where you're tuned in from this morning, and as you get into the Situation Room, you may be going to bed, or you may be, waking up this morning and joining us in the conversation. We're ever grateful that you do that with us. If you can just even get the phone to behave itself, that would be
telling you today,
wonderful.
everything is doing their thing.
Hey, Jama.
Hey.
It's not the year 2000. Honestly. All right. So very good morning to you. Tuned in. Peter Chiario said, good morning from Mombasa. You're allowed to outgrow old patterns, even the ones that feel like they're most familiar. Yes, you are. You are allowed.
You're allowed to. You are allowed.
Gabby Ella says, wewe bwana, karibu nidhani leo hakuna live stream kwa YouTube. Nimetafuta from 5:55 sioni live stream. Nashangaa rada. Okay. Hello, good morning. Steve is tuned in from Dallas, Texas. We have a date with destiny. I'm tired of the current style of leadership, full of incitement and leadership bragging on how they'll rig. Yeah, and you know what I actually think? I think it's a smokescreen for people saying, yeah, they're going to rig so that you don't vote. No, go vote. So that people say, yeah, you know, we can rig, so that you actually sit at home and then don't go vote. Go and vote,
let me tell
regardless.
You, there's this saying that goes out there. Bad leaders are elected by good citizens who do not vote. So anything that is being said right now that would make you not get out there, remember, bad leaders are elected by good citizens who do not vote.
Yep.
Ni hayo tu kwa sasa.
Laban Maturaki says, good morning, tuned into the Situation Room. I wish our Muslim Brotherhood Eid
al-Adha Mubarak.
For Nigeria, there'll be 2 days of a holiday, Wednesday and Thursday. But it's okay. Makano Oliver says, good morning, Spice family. Yesterday, President Uhuru Kenyatta fired full-loaded kabisa.
Yeah.
Weekend will be a rebuttal from the government side. I don't even know if they're going to wait till the weekend.
Today. Remember there's that bill? Wait and see. We even have more reason to take that bill to Parliament so that we can decide to strip him of his benefits because he is participating in politics.
Yeah.
We could actually know the next thing that will be said.
Oh, don't even... look, by the time it brings to 8 o'clock, before your coffee is even out of the thing, somebody's going to be saying something, that's for sure. If they didn't already say it yesterday, just so we didn't catch it. Kimiak says, good morning. Has been told to stop whining and get down to work. But I ask you, Kenyans, to hold on tight and tighten your belts for a few months because nothing good will come out.
Talk about consistency.
Hey, Kimiak.
Yeah.
Nashan Gogi says, good morning, Princess Ndi, Eid Mubarak, Dennis, and all my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. We will not let these politicians divide us. Love from Arizona. Good morning to you too. Sarah Bat says, good morning, Team Spice. Good morning to you. John Murevi says, Kimiak, umerauka na moto. Unasema tusiweke hopes. Have a good day, folks. To you too. Bobby Coco says, good morning, Spice team. Ndu and Dennis. The hardest thing in life is to love when you can't love anymore. Don't burn bridges. Don't.
Yeah.
Desmond Otis says, Saseni mdamrefu mno. How are you? Where have you been?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Hope all is well. Luhimba says, good morning, tuning from Dar. We cannot address societal changes if we don't build strong and independent institutions, even if we a well-crafted modern constitution, even if we have a well-crafted modern constitution. Indeed.
I swear there's an agency called the NCIC. My God.
Sindo, there is one.
Oh, my God.
In case you forgot, there's an agency called the NCIC. Supposed to be putting things together, but, you know, I guess as good as mine in terms of how long they've gone. John Murray, we see, okay. Miles says, is Ruto security more important than that of other Kenyans? Well, it would, yeah, the office of the president, the presidency must be secured. Doesn't mean it's more important than. It just means that it bears a high responsibility when it comes to protection. Yep. Robert Tibogo says, good morning, tuning from Mombasa. Good morning to you. Media is being petty on this. Petty on what? On the security? No,
President security?
President security, I don't.
President's president. You might not like him, but
his security.
He deserves security.
Seats.
It's actually now, President, Kenyans are telling you should as well look at their security. Fix it.
Bas.
Mr. Murkomen, you switch things at the president's docket, you can as well switch it up for Kenyans.
Yes, you can.
And make it work.
Leo says, good morning, Ndwena said. So Prophet Wajigi has prophesied that KK will raid our mobile money. He did actually prophesy. He did. Jimmy Wajigi said it a couple of years ago, and he said, they will come for your M-Pesa, and voila. It has come to pass. How will KRA distinguish between black tax, chama money, loan from friends? Good question.
Good question.
Bwangi Juma says, good morning, Spice FM. How are you all this blessed Tuesday? God have mercy on Kenya. Even a sitting president will look for sympathy votes by security drama to avoid fuel to address the nation. Okay, I see where you've taken that. Kisa Daniel says, good morning, my good people. Good morning to you. Erica Ward says, good morning, guys. Christina says, good morning. Good morning, Christina. Hope you're well. David Mangera says, good morning, Spice FM. The Situation Room hot seat, Kabisa. Matthew Liala says, good morning. Andrew Chira says, hello, Spice. Sometimes Nipoa could watch and chill. Vancouver, Washington is where you are this morning.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yesterday, former President Uhuru spoke and addressed the nation on national matters, missed those presidential speeches. It was quite something, was it not?
Yeah.
Tips Muge says, good morning, Spice team. Don't you find it strange that the protest police have state-of-the-art equipment as compared to other divisions? I wonder who trains them.
Good observation.
Interesting one.
Yeah.
Simon Kibiru says, good morning, tuned in from Sultan Hamoud, eagerly waiting for today's conversation. Indu looking awesome again without the glasses. Thank you, sir. Dennis has done the Lord's work.
Yeah.
That we see Indu, the hurting part is that those 10K are not just numbers, but real children missing. I thought about it yesterday. I said,
Yeah.
I can't imagine the horror. I remember once in the supermarket and my son went missing, maybe all of 25 minutes. And in that moment, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
It was, my world had stopped moving on its axis. And then, we found him later, but then I imagine that you go to sleep, if you're able to sleep, and you wake up the next day, and the sun rises and the sun sets, and the sun rises and the sun sets, and you cannot find your child.
Yeah.
I don't imagine the horror that families or parents go through when they can't find their children. So this is you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's not just 10,000 in a number, but it's years and years. It's days and days. It's days and nights of hurting and not knowing. It's not good.
Yeah.
Rogers Lai says, good morning, Team Spice. With the level of intelligence in this country, we shouldn't be reporting these numbers in child disappearances. We should not.
Yeah.
Miles says children are not safe. And here we are people yapping endlessly about people's security. Yes, on that point, you are absolutely
You're
right, my
absolutely
brother.
right.
You are. Calvin's, my love, good morning. Karibu, Sana. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here this morning. Young Jedi says, good morning, beautiful people. Y'all look too hot. Two fires. Even. Serotonin, giving serotonin vibes today. And can we talk about how babies are still not getting vaccines on time? Yes, we should talk about that. Probably forms part of a Healthy Friday conversation, but still an emergency situation that we probably need to be looking into. Peter Gital says it's my birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, Peter. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Peter. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Patrick Nzoma says, engineers constructing estate roads should style up. Most are done higher than gate levels, resulting in traffic. Oh, resulting in
Flooding.
what? In flooding. Okay.
That's true. I think they should, because estate engineers construct roads without drainage. I don't know what they expect, that rain will just fall and bounce back to heaven.
They expect
I don't
magic.
know.
Magic, like somebody's going to whip out a wand. And do
I honestly don't get it.
Yeah.
But like they say, you see those roads, inakuanga ni shamba, in the sense that those guys need to come maintain that road area at the time. You construct a road to the standard, utakulia wapi. So, utakulia wapi. So no drainage, rain comes.
They call you back.
They call you back to fix it.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Cash cow?
Cash cow.
Okay.
Shamba mtu.
Indeed. My prince says in one of the documentaries titled Black Market Babies, a child abductor said these children were trafficked out of the country and some were used to make human sacrifice.
Yep.
My God in heaven. Good morning, my people. Princess Ndu Dennis EVE, the deputy governor Kakamega Savula should explain to DCI how in a democratic society there's going to be 100% win. Madness. Watching from Miami.
Tell you what. See today's proverb. Applies.
Utuflani, good morning, princess and gentlemen. Jana's finance bill interview had me calling folks to rant. Thanks to the squad, Spice for uploading it ASAP. Sindio?
Yep.
Kabisa. Good morning to you. Even Sunday says, good morning. I'm tuning from Rongo. Good morning to you. Wakama says, good morning. Kutoka Dublin in Ireland. And Mikay McCarthy says, good morning, Spice. Says, I'm Alukwe Jr. from Umias. Alukwe. Okay. Love the name. Listening live, people should respect people's marriage. Who did not respect your marriage? Just one that you've talked like this. You've also told us that you love your wife. Is there something else going on?
Let's just call her name. Deborah Alukwe.
Deborah Alukwe.
You are loved.
You are loved by
Mr.
Mr. Alukwe. Sawa.
Yes.
And people should leave other people's marriages alone.
We
Sawa.
send blessings.
Kabisa. Receive. Thomas Osoro says, good morning, tuned in. Missed you a whole lot the last week, but I'm back. Kabisa, where have you been? Glad that you're back, though. Plugged in this morning is Nyasai Angajo. Nyai Sangajo. Okay.
Yo.
Plugged in this morning, everybody. Karibuni Sana, thank you for joining us this morning. Always lovely to have you. And we know that more of you are coming into the room as we have these conversations. We're very glad that you join us. Let's take a quick break. We'll take a look at what's going on in the skies and on the ground. And we'll come back and look into the headlines. Good morning at 29 minutes to 7.
This is the Situation Room. The only way to start your day. This is the Situation Room. The only way to start your day. Mornings done right. 94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.
At 25 minutes to 7 o'clock, as our conversations continue this morning, let's take a look at what's going on in the headlines. Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard. Stop the blame game and work. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta tore into President William Ruto's administration yesterday, accusing it of ignoring the suffering of Kenyans while fanning tribal divisions and political distractions as the fuel crisis deepens. In a blistering attack before Jubilee delegates in Kiambu, Uhuru said the Kenya Kwanzaa regime had abandoned its mandate and instead turned to blame games, praise singing, and dangerous ethnic rhetoric as households buckle under soaring fuel prices and a punishing cost of living. Backed by former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i, Uhuru warned that divisive politics risk dragging the country back to the dark days of 2007. This is on page 4, but the headline also carries a quote by Uhuru Kenyatta. You insulted me and told me that you knew and understood what you were doing. Eventually, you elected praise and worship men and women whose job it is to sing praises to the current leadership while forgetting their mandate to work for you. You must now reflect after seeing the effects of your decision. The man didn't mince his words, that's for sure. There will be an answer. There will be a rebuttal, that's for sure.
A great one.
It's going to come. But it was interesting to hear that he had those things to say.
Yeah.
I think it's also interesting that we saw that yesterday, parts of, actually most of Nyeri yesterday was shut down. Vehicles were not moving because the Matatu operators there have said, excuse me,
It's too expensive.
it's too expensive. We cannot buy. Yeah, so we don't know what that's going to look like today. We also saw then yesterday in the city, transport paralysis deepens as operators strike, threaten an all-out strike. So I'm not quite sure what the conversation is now because services were completely grounded and not a single vehicle was operating in Karatina yesterday. Commuters and operators warned that the strike would intensify from today. Yikes, 170 shillings is the price per litre that transporters in Nyeri and Murang'a counties are demanding for petrol. They want to pay 150 for a litre of diesel. So they're saying, hello, Atuendi Mahali, this is what we want to pay. Okay, I don't know how that will be met today, but as for yesterday, just looking at a spot report from our colleagues, and nobody was going anywhere.
The gentleman yesterday who said, you see, when you give us a promise of lowering the cost of fuel next month, you're not helping the situation because our problem is here today. We feel the pressure today. You can't talk about the future. We want the results now because we will feel it today. Anyway, let's wait and see.
Let's see. We also saw that some app riders of it was motorcycles as well as vehicles then had a little bit of a disruption yesterday, and this was I think just Nairobi. They feel as though with the high prices that the price on the app should actually come down. So they were in the city for a minute yesterday and saying, okay, this needs to be looked at. I don't know how that happened. I was shocked. This is not me. This is a headline. Ex-soldier discovers he was declared dead among family disputes. Surely, guys, me who is standing here, you said I'm dead. Who did you think was not going to find out?
Is this one carrying his own
death certificate? He is. He believes that the death certificate may have been used to transfer his vehicle. Mwegei is locked in domestic row with his wife and a divorce case is pending in court. Diani, okay, fine. Simu what?
Chica.
Bana. You even kill someone just to get his stuff. Come on, we can do better. Otuchilo upbeat on Vihiga's development progress ahead of exit. So he says, I'm on my way out. But he's expressed confidence that his administration has delivered its mandate to the people and transform the devolved unit as he prepares to complete his second term in office. So he said, Mimi Kazi. Nimefanya kazi
But
bwana.
we shall not forget of the 5 million shillings
Christmas tree.
party.
Christmas tree.
Just party.
Oh, it was the party.
The
but
other one was Bungoma.
That Christmas tree was Bungoma.
Bungoma.
This 5 million shillings was welcoming him.
Yeah. So we shall not forget. Yeah, I think there's a point where that money needs to go back to the exchequer. I'm sorry, Bwana Tichilo, cool. Umepiga kazi, lakini we shall not forget.
Rudisha pesa
We shall not
Christmas
forget.
bwana.
Hiyo milioni tano, if you gave it to a school, perhaps that would be a class, would be a laboratory. Just saying.
Very true.
Yeah.
And that's the story on page 4. Uhuru warns government over rising cost of living and tribal politics and says, stop it, guys. Stop it now before it gets ugly. MPs query 300 million shilling spending on wildlife compensation plan. Did the money actually reach?
Yeah.
What is the query? Is the money too much? Did the money come out? Did it reach? Who received it? These are the queries that come up.
So the money was actually spent on consultancies.
Cindy, people
And
have to sit and
digital
consult
wildlife
as to how they're going to compensate. Nini na wewe? Don't understand.
So that means the victims never got a dime.
Hiyo ni pesa ya baadaye.
Hiyo ni pesa ya baadaye.
So we come and we do the report and then we tell you, by the way, these guys need money.
Should we start a consultancy firm?
And at this rate.
Yeah.
Hey, what's on a cooler goods?
Good, sana.
Western leaders demand DP slot in 2027 plan. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. But there's only one. Ofu moja. Moja. Achiel. One. Mola.
Yeah.
DP seat.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants it. It's only one.
Yeah.
So now others who are demanding and you're all part of the same outfit, hadn't you better decide?
That's actually the question, because if all of you guys are under in one umbrella and there is only one seat, why don't you guys just sit in these boardrooms and agree? Because also the other guys from Broadbridge are saying we also want the DP seat. We need 50-50.
Aisha Juma the other
Yeah.
day said that the DP seat must come from Gold Coast.
Cost.
So, hello, there's only one seat. Ama? How many DP seats are there?
It's just one.
It's one.
It's just one.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks.
Yeah. Same bill in one.
So people are still telling you what their end results are,
Yeah,
but it would be nice also if Kenya's debt register was made public and up to date.
Important.
UDA allies, you know what they've done? They've hinted at IEBC control trigger 2027 election rigging fears.
They have done what?
UDA allies hints at IEBC control trigger 2027 election rigging fears. Do you know what I think? Everybody who's talking about rigging,
Yeah.
they are trying to create that sense of apathy in your mind to say,
Yeah.
why should I go vote? Because they're going to rig anyway. Apana,
Come vote.
come out and vote.
Yes.
Who said it yesterday? Was it not Diana who said that power is afraid of numbers?
True.
Power understands these numbers. Coming out in numbers is what power understands.
Yeah.
I've said it personally. I've said it in concert. We all understand that it is when the numbers come at you. A single bee, when you look at a bee, it's like, oh, what a cute red and black animal.
Yeah.
When they come in a swarm, my friend, that's when you think, oh, snap.
Yes.
This thing is coming for me. Power understands what?
Numbers. And power has understood numbers. Finance Bill 2024, numbers spoke and was understood.
Donge.
Kapsa?
Okay. In the counties, mother of grade 7 pupil shot during field protest seeks justice. I would too. My son, surely, he's 7. How old is a 7? Is 13, almost 13?
Yeah.
12, 13-year-old shouldn't have been shot. That we have to say this is a problem. Petition filed to revoke Nakuru city status deal. Why?
Why?
You don't want Nakuru to be a city anymore? I don't understand. New bid to block payments for idle power. This I agree. Kenya has entered into agreements whereby even if you provide excess power, you are going to that you don't use. The power producers providing power that Kenya uses, even the power that you will not use, you still pay for it.
Yeah.
There's a new bid to block those payments because it doesn't even make sense. Why don't you just why can't we do, like, as we say in media circles, VOD?
Yeah.
Video on demand.
Yeah.
I take this, I pay. Ama?
Yes.
Exactly.
But I think the only way that would be feasible or make sense, right, is if we stop the monopoly, make it open, so that as a power producer, I sell it to someone who needs it, so that it's my agreement with them. You know, so if Aseto Power Plant has provided to Ndu's business hub, you get it's between you and I. So let people compete.
Indeed.
Let people compete. Because here you say you want power, I give you power, you don't use it. How's that my problem? You purchased power. You said you wanted power.
Did you know, according to this story in the Financial Standard, which is happening on Tuesday, that women are more financially stressed than men? Growing trend driven by multiple dependents and limited income sources. Go read the story. See me, Mesama. So there's that new bid to block. It's on page 24 of the Standard. Unused power gravy train for electricity firms. I need to get that nipped in the bud. Also, the NIE pages today is your newspapers in education. So we're focusing on today as well. Education, big deal here. You need to look how to balance academics and life. Something that's coming to the fore as there are many exams being prepared for right now. All right, guys. Treasury malls slashing 4.8 trillion shilling budget tax hike still an option. Okay, so of course, FCPA John Baddy, the CS Treasury, was out yesterday. Well, not out, but I think he was speaking out yesterday, and he talked about a number of things and made some clarifications here and there. Well, I think it was good for him to do so. Yeah. But we'll look and look into that a little bit more today. So that's what it looks like in the Standard. Arsenal bado muna celebrate. Mungu atusaidie if you win the Champions League. Sasa dunia tunahamia wapi? We go to Jupiter. Oh, where?
You will not get the end of it. It's an important story there on page 34 as well on the Standard. Iran peace deal. Trump demands Gulf states must recognize Israel.
Of course he does.
Yeah. So the push by US adds a new layer of friction to already fragile negotiations, and key Arab states are resisting pressure to join the Abraham Accord without progress on Palestine.
They want to be recognized as a country?
Yeah.
It's okay. See, they're a country. Look, we're not going to go down this rabbit hole. Okay, sawa, Mr. Trump. That's what it looks like in the Standard. Get yourself a copy of the Standard newspaper or get a copy of the e-paper. You can do that online. Subscribe. Go, sir.
Yeah. Let's go to the Daily Nation as well. The big story there is why Uhuru has renewed war on Ruto. Now, former President Uhuru Kenyatta has gone at his successor William Ruto, hammer and tongs, telling the Kenya Kwanzaa administration to address Kenyans' grievances, including the runaway cost of living, instead of using him as a scapegoat. After unrelenting criticism by the government leaders, Kenyatta's allies say he is pushing back on diversionary tactics to focus public scrutiny on the administration. We've already gone through that. We know what it says. Now, investigations into president's security breaches informs change of guard. An internal probe revealed security lapses after a man interrupted President Ruto's address in Wajir in February. This week, another incident forced changes in the presidential escort unit. So there is a gentleman here who was saying, is the president's security important? He is the head of state. He deserves his security. But equally, security of Kenyans as well must be looked into. So president, apply the same to Kenyans. Now, how finance bill taxes will hit you? Now, items the 2026 budget proposes to move from zero-rated to tax-exempt status. We will be told what those two terms mean, right? Now, when Mushiri comes in, we'll have that discussion. Now, cane, transportation of sugar cane from farms to milling has been moved from zero-rated to tax-exempt, as well as feeds, medicine inputs or raw materials supplied to pharmaceutical manufacturers in Kenya for manufacturing medicine, and phones, locally assembled and manufactured mobile phones as well, moved from zero-rated to tax-exempt status. And as well in that same band is electric buses, a select category of motorcycles, and electric bicycles. What does that mean on the cost of these things when you're going to buy them? We shall be discussing that. Now, lies in robbers, Gachagua fixing claim. So we have a gentleman here called Jackson Kihara Gashusha, who was in court in May 21st, 2026, and he now says that he is the son of former governor of Nyeri, Derito Gachagua, and now he says he's Gachagua's nephew, and that Gachagua, that is the Rigathi Gachagua, is behind him being behind bars, because apparently he has information about inheritance in the family that allegedly Gachagua wants to have. So it's all about, what do we call it? Inheritance, succession.
Something.
Let's see how that plays out in court. Now, on page 3 is the story on taxes as well. We go to page 4 is, I warned you, Uhuru tells Kenyans amid Ruto fallout. We've already gone through that. And on page 6 and 7, we have Oburu Wanga deal blow to ODM's ambitions for president and deputy seats. Now, the two top party leaders declared during an aspirant consultative meeting in Kisumu that they will be defending their seats in the 2027 elections. There have been calls or talk out there that Gladys Wanga will be eyeing the deputy president seat. She said, I'm sorry, I'm running and defending my governor's
She's
seat.
staying with the governorship.
Yes.
Okay.
So is the youth leader as well, who's defending his seat as senator. So that means ODM wants what? 50-50 deal. Do not have a presidential candidate. Do they want a DP seat? And who likely in ODM is likely to get that position?
They also said that they're dropping the Linda Ground tag, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said, we are no longer Linda Ground, we are ODM. So in your posters, in your communication, just use ODM and color is orange.
All right.
Anything outside that, COCC.
Okay.
Yeah. How Ruto talks split transport protesters. So there is the transport individuals, honchos, went to Mombasa, and for some weird reason, there is a split and disagreement between them. There are those who say, you let us down. There are those who said it is a good thing that the government is finally talking, and there's a promise of 10 shillings come the next review on the 14th of June. So on page 10 is the president's security. You saw the way it was changes were seen yesterday in president's security in Mombasa. Did you see the changes? That was effected immediately. You could not get close to the president yesterday. It was
they
obvious.
realized.
It was obvious because even when the president was going to shake hands with Wananchi, you could see security just pushing people away. Like
Reactive,
yeah.
Come on. That's the way it should be every day.
Every day.
It's the way it should be every day. He should be protected. It's the way it should be every day. So I mean, come on.
So we also have that story on the 300 million shillings wildlife compensation cash that was paid to consultancies as well. And we go to the opinion pages here. And Kwale Mill Dangote's test case for Kenya. If domestic investment is the doorway through which foreign investments works, then Kwale is not a coastal land dispute. It is the doorway. Some of the opinions out there on the Daily Nation. I'll look at the story real quick.
Sure. Health reforms deliver dignity despite hurdles. Let me tell you, whenever you see something like this, by all means, go and get the super technology that is required for preventative care in the country 100%.
Yeah.
There's a picture here. Health CS Aiden Duale and Mombasa Governor Abdul Samad Nasir during the launch and inspection of the new linear accelerator cancer treatment machine at the Coast General Teaching and Referral Hospital. 100% kudos. Because this is all about preventative care. We know for a fact that if you find cancers early, then you are able to treat them and somebody can actually get to the place of total cure if you find them early. So that if you are paying attention to such things, 100%, if this is the health reform that we're talking about, 100%, it doesn't matter who was involved, how are they, 100%. Health reforms deliver dignity despite hurdles.
Yeah.
And this is some of the things that we're talking about. Call it whatever you want, call it PR, whatever. If it's going to save lives, it's wonderful. Kidney disease, cancer, maternal care consume largest share of funds, that it is actually being done and that funds have followed function, and that you know that there's a cancer problem, and then you get this you get this LA machine. You need it. It's being done. We can see the machine. This is what we're talking about. Fantastic. Kenya-linked Ebola vaccine may be tested in Uganda, say experts. Is it necessary for a vaccine? Yes. And then, of course, we saw those horrible pictures of, not to be sure of exactly where that video was taken. But, I mean, people eat what the wild animals that are being eaten, in this case, monkey, and you're not really sure where it came from or how. And we know that in the in the saliva of these animals, from bats to monkeys. This is where this
is domiciled.
This is domiciled, and that it's being consumed is what is spreading this thing.
Yeah.
It's not propaganda. It's this. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
So look, if that vaccine can be gotten, can be used, wonderful thing.
Imagine if we know as a region, as the East Africa region, right, or as a continent, that Ebola is synonymous with us, right? It is here. So that would mean that if Kenya can produce these vaccines or just sit down and go into research and development way earlier to prevent such, right now we'd be talking about individuals who would have been vaccinated way earlier in numbers to help deal with this. But unfortunately, we're seeing reaction movements into this, yet we have already seen that Kenya is able to produce these vaccines.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to change tact. We need to change how we're looking at things.
Very true. Looking into some pages in the Star is that Ryla vacuum deepens crisis for Ruto and ODM is what is being carried there. And also looking into the inner pages of the Star, how crypto surge is fueling illicit financial flows crisis in Africa. Even before crypto, there was an illicit financial flow issue for Africa. Is it getting worse because of that? And is it becoming a place where folks can then hide money? And that may be gotten from ill sources, or rather from solid sources, but the channel is what is ill. Now, the ministry is to just quickly moving to the next story. Sorry there, I should put a comma in my words as well. The ministry is to phase out paper-based national exam in education reform. So everything seems to be going through a reform, and they want to phase out paper-based national exams. Now, what this would mean is that if that happened, you would need a digital channel through which you would do the paper. I can see you smiling sheepishly.
Me, I know children of the country are promised laptops.
Sindio?
Tuambiwe hizo zilienda wapi kwanza? Before we even start these reforms, you need to tell us where those laptops went. Because that would have been the first step towards achieving this, right?
Because you know what? And in order for exams with the paper, we know of children who've seen a paper exam with a pencil and have frozen, as in everything goes away. Now, in order for you to use a digital system for exam, because if you're phasing out paper, that means that's where you're going digital. You have to acclimatize. You're not going to, on the day of the exam, give this child a tablet and say, go do your math exam. No. You're not going to do that. That they must be acclimatized to the thing before that. So I'm praying. I do believe that reforms are great ways to move to spur development. But even as you do that, all of the matrix have to be taken into consideration.
And then we also know how porous these digital spaces are. So what's the kind of security we're putting into place? Because remember, eCitizen has been hacked before, which is one of the most securest channels we do have. So it is not just a conversation about getting laptops and having exams there. It's about the security and all the infrastructure that must be put in place to secure the exams as well. So, and another 104 billion shillings system.
Madaraka means what?
Madaraka.
What's Madaraka mean? Freedom. Independence.
Self-rule.
Something. One of those. Anyway, Madaraka Day is on Monday. And this year it's being celebrated in Wajir. And Wajir is doing its roads.
Okay.
No, I'm not lying. Let me just read the headline properly for you so that you can understand.
Okay.
That the minute... Oh, sorry. That's another story. Wajir roads receive boost ahead of historic Madaraka Day celebrations. That's great. But you know what? If they can receive a boost before Madaraka Day, guess what? Guess what I'm going to say? They can receive a boost any other time. But the road should have been done, not just because we're going to celebrate Madaraka Day in Wajir. The people of Wajir deserve good roads.
Let me tell you, if you ask me, that is a good story, but still is not a story. You know why? Because it ain't a favor.
It's not. But the reason why it's being done is because of Madaraka Day. So you're saying that suddenly you found... Exactly. Have you found funds to then follow this function that's required for good roads? That what was happening all along? That did you not feel as though the roads in Wajir County needed to be done?
True.
And what roads are we looking at? Is this a Kura issue? Is this a Kera issue? Is it a Kena issue?
Is it a county issue?
So which one? Who's the one who's handling these roads? And I say, come on, the roads should have been done beforehand. Not just because Madaraka Day celebrations, where I do agree that you need to zhuzh the place up a little bit because the national celebrations. I think that if there's a road problem, that this network should have been sorted out way before, and that you should have functioning roads.
You know, if we can construct roads this fast, there would be no instant where money has not been absorbed and goes back to the exchequer. Just saying.
What are you saying? I said Kwale, they planted full-grown palm trees.
Yeah.
When the president was going. I'm telling you, miracles do happen. I know that Jesus turned water into wine thousands of years ago, but such miracles, they happen. Today, where full-grown trees and grass can appear in days.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's what the headlines look like. Get yourself a copy of the Daily, see what's going on, and let's see as we continue to make the news. Cyprian Yamam in the hot seat. Good morning at 7.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Busted